The 2008 Falcons were one of the most beloved in franchise history. Early success from new head coach Mike Smith was due in part to a historic draft class that included names like Matt Ryan and middle linebacker Curtis Lofton.
With pick number 37, Atlanta has selected from Oklahoma, linebacker Curtis Lofton.
After an outstanding All-American season at the University of Oklahoma, Atlanta drafted Lofton in the second round to bolster an overhauled defense. Now, in what could seem like a daunting task to a normal rookie, Curtis decided to face the adversity head-on, just as he had always done from a young age.
At the age of 8, my mom went to prison, and, my dad wasn't in my life. And so my grandma, after raising 3 kids of her own, decided to help raise her daughter's 3 kids. And not only 3 kids, 3 bad boys.
It would be this selfless decision of love and sacrifice that would shape Curtis's future.
I'm so thankful because of her is why I am the way I am. She was probably one of the toughest people on us because she didn't want us to go down the route that her daughter went down. Where most kids spent weekends playing laser tag, we drove 2 hours to go see my mom behind, a glass window. Through that, I learned every choice has a consequence. And so I grew up a lot faster than most kids. And I knew for me, I never was going to be where she was. And it's funny because the likelihood of me going to prison was 20 times more likely than making it to the NFL.
To defy those odds and get to the NFL, Curtis had a decision to make. It matched up his childhood loyalties versus a powerhouse program in Norman, Oklahoma.
The first call I got was from Oklahoma State, and I grew up a die-hard Oklahoma State fan. My coach comes sprinting in, and he's like, Oklahoma State's on the line. They want to offer you a full scholarship. So I call him 4 times to commit, and they didn't answer the phone. My coach comes running in about 15 minutes later, and he's like, hey, I said, they called back. He said, no, Oklahoma did. So I get on the phone, and Coach Stoops, hey, this is Bob Stoops, and I think you'll be a great addition to our ball club. And I'm like, okay, this dude's kind of talking kind of funny, but I like him. And then Brent Venables got on the phone. Curtis, I gotta have you.
The Sooners' pitch was strong, and the native of Kingfisher, Oklahoma, decided to be off to Norman. After patiently waiting for his opportunity, Curtis became a starter during the 2007 season, and he took full advantage.
There's that option play this time. Chase, he's nailed for a loss. Well, they really buckled him up.
On-field success was just one of the highlights of Curtis's time in Norman. He also met his future wife, Jenny, a goalkeeper on the OU soccer team. During that time, Curtis also developed a deep respect for Coach Venables, his defensive coordinator.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Curtis the person, not just the player on the field? Because it seems like you respect him as a human being, not just as a football player.
Yeah, no doubt. You see the glory of Curtis Lofton, and one of the best to ever don crimson and cream, and a fabulous NFL career. You see the glory, but there's a story behind that. The wisdom that he gained through life's experiences, the struggle and the strain of life, shaped him and formed him and gave him vision for what he wanted for his own life.
It's made him who he is. Going through the hardships and overcoming them shapes him and helps him realize what's important, what's not. His father wasn't there so much growing up, and he has made a point to be at every little thing for the girls.
Come on, you got it.
Big push, use your arms.
Drive your legs, come on. Yeah.
It shaped him, and he doesn't ever want the girls to feel what he felt when he was young, and he's just making them feel loved and others through his job and through life.
Started off Kingfisher Yellow Jacket, which we went last night and watched my nephew play Sooners, and then she came there. When I think about it, It's like a whole nother life ago. Like I was like, man, did I really play in the NFL?
Curtis retired from the NFL after 8 productive seasons, 4 with the Falcons, 3 with the Saints, and a final one as an Oakland Raider.
Atlanta's where I grew up, and the Raiders was where I really learned, you pass something on, give something back to the game, and there's so many young guys that I was able to help them grow, When I look back at my career, I feel like I maximized everything I had, so when I lay my head on my pillow, I feel very good.
The end of Curtis's playing career meant more time with his young family. A familiar voice came calling, and Curtis was headed back to Norman.
I wasn't looking for a job, it found me. Like, I was enjoying working out, making pancakes in the morning for the girls, taking them to school, and then going to the golf course. But when Coach Venables got this job here at OU, who coached me, I wanted to help him be successful here because of the life that I get to live.
Beyond being a girl dad, Curtis took on the role of a mentor to young OU players as the director of Soul Mission. Eventually, Curtis was promoted to general manager of the Sooner program.
The Soul program really does seem very unique. What is it that y'all do?
SOUL is an acronym for Serving Our Uncommon Legacy. I think there's a lot of great coaches out there, but there's not a lot of people that are developing these guys off the field. For me, I want to change that.
He's just got this amazing testimony that I knew if I could convince him to be a part of our program, that our players would benefit immensely through his leadership and his manhood and his discipleship, and we hit a home run with him.
I mean, that's what a goal is. Like a goal should be something that you strain and strive for, and a goal shouldn't always be reached. You know what I'm saying? You should set your goal so high that, even though you don't reach it, it's still, you still feel like you feel good about what you did.
Yeah.
My expectations for you are probably higher than yours.
I believe it's taking a holistic approach to player development. Most programs have maybe 1, maybe 2 people to develop 122 guys. Here at OU, we have 4 people. There's Caleb Kelly, he's our director of career development. 99% of these guys aren't going to the NFL, but 100% of them will need a job. And so we're building their network as they go along. And then we have Josh Norman, and he's our director of community service and former player engagement. We believe having an interest outside yourself, and when you serve someone, it does something for them, but it does something for your heart as well. For me, Coach Venables is like, I want you to do life skills. I'm like, what is really life skills? The number one thing that came to mind that I want these guys to take is, financial literacy. We teach them taxes, we teach them savings and investing, and using NIL to build generational wealth. And then from there, I teach them leadership. Just because you didn't have the perfect example doesn't mean you can't learn and start to be that for your family.
Obviously, you could watch him on Sundays before, but now you get to see the impact he makes with the guys on the team and even other coaches, and I think he's making a big difference up there. He kind of feels like it's his calling. I think he loves it.
You said you used to be 360? Boy, when was that?
That was like my junior year of high school and like everything before.
You was eating everything in sight then.
What? Seafood, eat food.
Yeah.
Curtis has a unique way to connect to young men. He's got tremendous strength and wisdom that they're willing to listen to and trust. He's strong in his opinions, but he's got empathy and compassion, and he loves the soul of the player and what they go through. And I think, again, what he went through growing up helps him see things through a different lens. He's saved many, many players, helped them just get life back on track and find their way again. So he's been amazing.
That has to be pretty cool for you to have started with him this journey in high school and now watched it come all the way to this point.
Yeah, no, that gives me chill bumps. That's what it's all about to me. It's relationships, it's paying it forward. Incredibly proud of Curtis, and again, the man, the husband, the father, the leader that he is, and very thankful for the contributions that he has in this program and the impact, the influence that he's had in helping these guys, that generational impact, and that's invaluable to me.
I've been truly blessed and beyond measure. And like, who am I not to give back? And I see a generation that need more men to step up and go in and to these places and help these guys learn and to challenge them, because I've been the places they want to go. And I wish I had somebody like me, being able to be there for those guys and, you know, stand in the gap for them. It's the reason why I do what I do.